Hello, my name is Mary.
And my name is Christine.
And we are sisters, and together we co-host the weekly podcast, Dawson, Cries. My sister and I live in different cities, but we both are very close. I was about to snub you and say we were close and not very close.
What?
We are both close, and we live in different states, and it's like super sad.
It's sad.
And you know what else is super sad? Push notifications from the BBC and the New York Times. So we're super sad all the time because everything's in turmoil and we hate it. And we were feeling powerless and down and out and just like getting ourselves into a grief spiral when we thought, it's great that we talk about this, but we need to set aside time where we can talk about something else. So for 1 hour approximately every week, we sit down and we talk about the show Dawson's Creek. Neither of us had ever seen it before. We decided to start watching it together so that we could have a childish moment of joy once a week talking about the lives of some fictional characters who are immersed in drama. So that is what we're doing. We're in season 3, episode I don't know, title who can remember. My sister Christine is going to take it away.
Hey listeners, welcome back to another episode of Dawson Cries. This is season 3, episode 12, Mary. And it's called A Weekend in the Country.
Is it now?
That's so, yeah. I try to write them down so that
I think this is the favorite of a lot of people out there. This is their favorite episode.
Yes, I heard that through the grapevine. That is our Twitter feed. So, listeners, I had high hopes for this one. It did deliver for me. I really liked the way it started out. We're in a brand new setting. I did not recognize the locale, but we're, in familiar territory in the fact that there's a movie night happening. So Dawson, Joey, and Pacey are all hanging out watching a movie, and people are dancing in the movie. And Joey is like, this is so unrealistic. Nobody kitchen dances. And I was like, ooh. Mary and I have spent many, many hours dancing in our kitchen growing up. And then
that's true.
After, I moved out of the house.
Even in adulthood.
Exactly. After I went to college, most of my college parties involved, at least for a little while, some dancing in the kitchen. So it's just like the best place to dance. And it turns out they're at Joey's new bed and breakfast. So they were revamping their house, trying to make some of that cash money because, the dad got in all that trouble and they're really on hard times. So
committed arson.
He didn't commit arson, but he did try to sell coke.
I like to spread the rumor that he's an arsonist.
I know you do, Mary, you do.
It wasn't clear.
So they are hanging out at the bed and breakfast, chatting about that, and what does that say? Oh, sorry, I wrote down a quote and I couldn't read my handwriting. But, they're all kind of chatting about it, and they're ragging on each other as they do. And Joey's kind of distraught because the bed and breakfast is not doing great. They have had, so far, not one guest, so it's making no money. It's probably making...
They just opened, though.
Yeah.
It's their first weekend, and honestly, they're not ready for any guests, okay?
No, clearly. They're clearly not.
The toilet's overflowing with poop. It's a mess.
Ooh, is it really?
Did you not watch the episode yet?
I did. I think it was maybe harder for me to hear this one because it was pouring rain outside. So I had to kind of listen closely. And be like, what did they say? I'm glad I missed that though. That's kind of gross.
Not poop. It's just overflowing.
Oh, okay. It's like...
I'm embellishing.
I see. But, I don't know. It sounds like they want to, or Pacey, I think this was Pacey's idea. He's like, well, this bed and breakfast, or maybe it was Dawson, I don't remember. They need a reputation for the guests.
Yeah.
So they want to kind of build the profile, get its name out there, do a little branding. If Twitter were around, I'm sure there'd be a little Twitter account for this Potter B&B.
Instagram, too.
Oh, yeah. Those breakfasts would be up on the gram.
Oh, yeah.
You're totally right.
In the creek. A lot of creek shots.
Right,
Some steaming coffee on the porch by Pine Tree. Oh, yeah.
Hashtag sunset. Oh, yeah.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
Couple questions. They just opened the B&B. It's their first weekend. What time of year is it? Is this a good time of year for tourism? It's not clear. Probably not, because it's cold. Bad time to open a B&B. Another question. What was that movie that they're watching at the beginning of the episode? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Dawson says it's a definitive movie of the baby boomer generation. I had no freaking clue what it was.
What? Do you remember what song they were playing?
I feel like it was Heard It Through the Grapevine, but I could be very wrong.
Oh. I like that song. I don't know.
I think I'm wrong. For some reason, that song just popped into my head.
Yeah,
I could be right.
I don't know. Well, listeners, we clearly don't remember.
No, I'm probably wrong. I don't know why that song's in my head.
Because I said Heard It Through the Grapevine a minute ago.
Girl, you put it in my head.
I did! Mary, I have so much power.
Maybe it was Twisted. I don't know. I don't know what song it was. I don't know.
Okay. But no, I didn't.
Listeners, if you know the movie, let us know.
Yeah, please. Because I wasn't sure. But I was curious.
But yeah, Joey's just over there freaking. And she thinks that this movie is so lame that it's scaling new heights of Mount Lame. And to that, I say, Joey, you are lame for coming up with that lame diss.
Ooh, Mary, serious burn.
Just throwing it out there, But she's in a bad mood. She's being mean to everyone, all her friends. She's putting them down. And someone calls, and she has, like, a flash of hope. She's like, oh, this is going to be our first guest. Hello? It's a telemarketer. She's like, oh, no, I'm very happy with whatever. But why don't you come stay at my B&B? And, like, of course, she gets hung up by the telemarketer because that's not why this person is calling.
No.
And then she does this thing that kind of makes me mad. She gets, like, really angry at Pacey and starts blaming him for inspiring her.
Yeah.
To go after her pipe dream of a B&B. And I'm like, he's just being supportive. Don't get mad.
Yeah, she did get...
It's your first weekend. Have you done any advertising? What time of year is it? Like, you know? Come on.
Yeah, that's a good point. You can't rush these things. It does take time. Yeah. And then after the call, someone rings the doorbell. And Joey is like, oh my god, maybe it's a paying guest. And for a second, it's like a couple. They look like they might need a place to stay. I was like, oh, maybe this will work out.
Oh.
But then the man opens his mouth and asks Joey that very popular, disheartening question.
Ding dong.
Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your personal savior?
Oh my god.
And
and Graham's is like, yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, very upsetting. And I'm just like, what kind of monsters do the Are You a Fan of Jesus calls after dark? It's nighttime.
I didn't think it was nighttime.
It's dark out.
Oh, it was so bright in that B&B. I was like, this is like movie afternoon, but
no, it was dark outside. I was like, at least I thought it would look dark.
No, you're probably right, because it was movie night. It was probably just very well lit in there. It's like, this is bright.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, I was impressed with Joey's facial expressions.
Well, she doesn't hold back.
And it was so funny. I was like, oh man, she's got that like little like I don't even know what you call it, like a little frown, but like I'm
disdain.
Yeah, it's just very signature of her. And she gives it to those Jehovah's Witnesses pretty hard.
My friend bought me, like, I think it's season 5 DVD of Dawson's Creek, and it's, like, on my floor right now, and I just looked over, and I saw Joey looking up at me with a growl.
It's her classic face.
She's like, bitch! I'm like, okay, Joey, okay.
Yeah, oof.
I'm sorry, I don't live up to your standards.
Yeah, I'd like to hang out with her, but it would be a lot. Like, I'd always be on edge.
Or I would, yeah, you couldn't relax.
No, like, am I going to be judged?
I know. We all know I'm a Jack. Have you taken the quiz yet?
I'm a Joey. Yeah.
You took it? You're Joey?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder I'm always so stressed when I'm hanging
out. No! I feel like I'm not judgmental like Joey.
No, but sometimes you can make that face, that disdain face.
I do?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh God, I don't even realize. I probably
you get a stink face on sometimes. When you're not happy with something, you're just like, ooh.
That's
like your lips curl down, and you're like,
I hope I don't make that to people and, like, make them feel bad. I just can't control it. Oh, God. I'm gonna have to, like, Mary, you're gonna have to tell me when I do it.
You know when you make it. I'm sure you know.
Maybe I'm gonna.
I can like see it in my head.
That's funny. I'm gonna be more conscious.
I'll have to make it for you, like we made faces at.
Oh, of our mom.
Yeah.
That was.
Our mom makes very distinct faces when she's startled, and Christine and I, last time we were with her, made a big show of showing her exactly what she looks like when she's startled, and she was like not very happy about it. So,
no one likes that much of a.
Be nice to your moms out there, listeners.
Oh, but yeah, that's always good advice. Be nice to your mamas.
Easier said than done sometimes when
that's the truth.
Feeling sassy.
Oh man. Well, Mary, I have to ask you though about the montage. Was this a different in the intro song? Do they have different shots in there? Oh, did you skip it?
I didn't skip it, but whenever the montage comes on, I like look at my phone or start eating.
Oh yeah, I actually ate before the episode tonight, which I usually never do. To pay more attention, even though it didn't seem to help very much.
I know. I'm just always so snacky at night. It's like so bad.
Well, yeah, I get hungry too. Gotta eat some shrimp scampi. Oh, but it looked like they had some new shots. But we can look next week.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know. So then it cuts to Jen and Henry, and this has got me all confused because Christine, does this not feel to you like how they do a plot point and then they pretend like it didn't happen?
Yeah, kind of.
This whole scene, last episode, I thought Jen and Henry were like gonna agree to go out and try to date. In this episode, she's like, "I'm never gonna agree to a date with you," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, no, that's true. I was like, Jen,
it's mind-boggling,
and that's like why Henry was so cold to her. So it's like,
yes. And then he agreed to not be cold to her because she said she wanted to give love with him a chance.
Right. Oh, yeah, you're totally right.
I gotta be spinning my wheels. I'm real confused. But then he was pissing me off. I texted Christine, I'm 4 minutes and 13 seconds into Dawson's Creek, and I've already said all high school boys stop.
You did. It's true, listeners. It happened.
Driving me up the frickin' wall. So he's apparently been busy working. He's not working for that orchid lover anymore. He's got some gig in a restaurant. But instead of getting money, he's getting paid in a free dinner that he's demanding that Jen goes to him with.
Yeah,
he's not asking. He's not giving her the chance to say no. Stop.
He says, I'm sorry.
He's like, it's not a real date. I couldn't deign to consider myself worthy to date a woman of your silk.
Henry.
I just can't. I can't with him.
No, and that's
Henry, stop. Stop.
Yeah, that is.
Do not go.
That's the total reason Jen was like turned off by him in the first place.
In the first place.
Yeah, she was like, "Let me teach you about consent, Henry."
Oh, he doesn't care about consent. He only cares about his dates.
It's so true. So that was frustrating. They both have learned nothing after
not a damn thing.
Much back and forth and heartache and
Henry.
I know.
What movie is that from?
I don't know.
Henry. It's from something.
I keep thinking about there's a Big Boy song, and there's like, you know how those rap songs sometimes they have those intros where people are just talking. There's an intro, and it's so funny. It's about, like, a guy calling a girl he met at a club and being, like, trying to hang out with her. And she's like, who's this? And he's like, oh, you remember me. It's motherfucking Henry. It's, like, so funny.
That is funny.
Yeah. So every time I hear Henry, I think about that now.
Wow, I wonder. I'm going to figure out remind me to Google what I'm referencing so that I can figure it out.
I will, Mary. I do kind of want to call them Jenry.
Christine, stop.
I know.
What about hen? But Hennifer. Ooh. That's what it would be. That's like Brangelina Hennifer.
That's funny.
Jenry is very funny too, though.
Jenry makes me laugh, yeah.
We should put out a poll. What do you vote? Henry or Jennifer?
Perfect.
Or Jenry or Hennifer?
Yes.
Oh,
we're a little silly, but
we're silly.
That's part of our charm. So, yeah. Go ahead.
I hope so. Listeners are like putting this on mute until they get their giggles out. So yeah, Harry pissing me off. Eventually, he leaves her alone when she says that she'll think about it. And I'm like, I'm so done with this relationship. It hasn't even started. Andy is so pressed about the drama club duties that are piling up. She's like, I got to get this playbill together. I got to do something else. I got to do something else. She's got a lot of responsibilities because the guy who runs the drama club doesn't know what he's doing. So she's like working on layout, trying to come up with a program. Girl, I have been there. It took me hours, and this is 20 years ago, so I'm more pathetic than you. So she's trying to like format this playbill, and Jack's like, this is easy. I'm a whiz kid, and he like starts formatting it for her, and then she's like, oh, Jack, you should come back to the house. And I was like, oh, this is like new information. Like he's still staying at Graham's. Well, I guess we knew that because he was hanging out with Jen so much. But it was like confirmed that he's still staying at Graham's. And he basically says like, I couldn't be happy at our home if Dad was there. And Andy's like, well, Dad really misses you. And Jack's like, no, he doesn't. And then Andy's like, gets real pissed, and she leaves in a huff.
Yeah. Oh man. So there's drama with the siblings. Drama.
Christine, would you ever move out and leave me alone?
No.
You did. So twice. First when you went to college. Second when you went to college. First when you tried to run away to China when you were.
No, you came with me to China.
Yeah, because you gave me an ultimatum. You were like, I'm definitely leaving for China. So you can stay here with Mom and Dad if you want, but I'm leaving with or without you.
Is that what I said?
You made me make that choice as like a 5-year-old.
Wow, I was pretty hardcore.
I chose you.
Yes, girl.
Are you pleased?
Very pleased.
Well, the police found us, listeners. Don't worry. We didn't make it to China.
They really did find. That's true.
We were lost. We kept asking people in the street which way is China, and they would point.
People told us, that way.
They were just playing along, and we got incredibly lost.
We didn't get I remember weren't we at the church, like the school playground?
No, we went. Okay, in my mind, we went really, really far.
I thought that's where we were found. Like we were.
It could have been.
That was where we were found.
I distinctly remember someone pointing.
Yeah, I remember that too. A man in the yard.
Like, okay, well, this is the way.
That way. We were crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was my brainchild.
I know, but I just feel like I have the weight of knowing that I made this heavy decision.
Oh, but Mary, sister bond is like nothing else.
Yeah, crazy. And I remember trying to convince Mom that you were really going to run away, and she just didn't care. She just like didn't take it seriously, and I was like, "This is real. She's running away." And Mom was like, "Go play. Go to China." And I was like, "Oh my God, she doesn't care." Mom, we're leaving.
Then Mom got freaked out and called the police.
So eventually reality hit her. I just remember her like being outside and not wanting to talk about it.
That's so funny. Oh my God.
So I left.
Mary chose me, listeners.
Now we're doing a podcast and dredging it up.
Yes, we are. In our family, things never die.
No.
It's true.
That will probably go on one of our gravestones. Ran away to China. Never forgiven.
Yeah, I already know what's on Chris's gravestone. Her cousin.
Gas guy. Alright, we gotta get back on track.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so no more family inside jokes. We're back on track with the story.
Oh, Mary, we're at the bank. And it's drama again. Bessie and Joey.
Oh my God, this bank teller. Pause. Bessie's hair looks awesome. Continue.
Bessie's looking good these days.
In this scene, her hair looks real good.
She's had some unfortunate dues for a while.
They all have.
Oh God, I know.
I mean, other than Joey, she kind of sticks with her signature look, but everyone else has had some terrible, terrible hairstyles.
Yeah, literally everyone else. That's
Jen, for sure.
Jen, Pacey, frosted tips.
Frosted tips were awful. I feel like Jack had something.
He had the walk into the door gelled hair that all the girls thought was super hot. Yeah.
Dawson with his flops.
D.
His hair flip. Graham's changed her hair when she dyed it. It wasn't bad, but was a change.
It was change, yeah. Gail got a
Gail.
Yeah. She always looks good, but I think it looked better before.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But,
oh, boy.
Anyway, yeah, the bank teller's got, like, mad 90s hair.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the half up with the little face framing things and all sorts of, I don't know, it looks like straight, like...
I did that the other day with the face framing half up.
Oh, I mean, it's cute, yeah. The way she was wearing it, though, looked pretty 90s.
It was poofy, I think.
Yeah. But
so anyway, you're not getting a loan.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they're trying to get a loan because they really need the money, as we know.
This lady's like, you're a single mother. You're not getting any money.
Yeah, their income doesn't qualify for anything. This is America these days, Even back then.
20 years ago.
No one cares. No one cares about the plight of the innocent single moms just trying to make in the world.
She's only 26.
Yeah, that's crazy. And the great advice she's given is, well, you could always mortgage the house.
God.
Joey doesn't like the sound of that. Yeah.
Joey's smarter than Bessie in this instance.
Yeah, yeah.
Joey's like, I am not giving my permission to get a mortgage. And Bessie's like, Mom left the house to me. That was another shock, that the mom would leave it just to Bessie and not to both of them.
I know, that's true.
Or that the husband wouldn't still have some ownership of the house.
Well, he was in jail.
I kind of thought he went to jail after she died, but I guess not.
Oh, I don't remember.
No, I think you're right that he went to jail before. But still, I mean, if he paid for the house.
Yeah, I don't know what happens when you go to jail. Do you lose your house? How does it work?
I don't know. That seems really extreme, but who knows?
Yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't lose your house because then how are you going to reacclimate once you get released?
That's true. Unless the mom was like, I paid for the house, it's in my name now because you're in jail.
Can you do that? I don't know. I mean, these are the questions. Because the dad is still alive.
Yeah.
He's just in jail. So, anyway. They have like a big fight about it where Bessie's like, you don't get a say because you're just a stupid little kid. And then Dee pops out of the woods with his video camera.
He does.
Like a little creeper. He's doing Blair Witch 2 over here. And he's like, I'm making an ad for the B&B.
Dawson.
So I guess heart's in the right place.
That's sweet.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
And it's thoughtful. And it's Dee doing something that's like 70% selfless. He's still getting to do his film thing. But he's lending his talents where they would be of use. So I think Dee's getting good points in my book this episode. And then who also shows up is Pacey. And he's like, yo, I got some good news. The B&B is going to get a big write-up in the travel section of the New York Times.
Boom.
This big travel writer, Mr. Fricky, is coming to stay with you. Never mind that you've never had a single guest, and never mind that your whole financial future is riding on this one review. I got my hookups together, and Fricky's coming to jail. Christine, thoughts and feelings.
Thoughts and feelings, amused.
Amused.
That's my main thought and feeling.
Bemused?
Amused.
With a B?
A, but I guess bemused too. Also impressed. Pacey got a New York
Yeah.
Times.
How does he have these connections?
That's impressive. Pacey, Witter. Witters aren't quitters, man.
No, that's true. He's like, I had to use my connections for this.
I was like,
I'm like,
Pacey,
what?
Look at you.
How? Did you steal your dad's Rolodex or something?
A little nervous too, because like obviously they're nowhere near ready for it, like you said.
No.
But I'm excited to see it happen. And I kind of knew like this'll turn out okay.
I know, because we're at the Creekside.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
It's gonna be good. So, it's a big deal. And Joey, again, she's freaking. She's out of 10 this whole episode, freaking out. And then what happens? Who walks in the door? Grams, Jen, Andy, Jack. They're all staying as fake guests. And so is Mitch. And so is Gail. They're going to pretend to be a fake, loving, married couple. And Dawson is livid. He's not having it. What are you? Are you friends? Are you my parents? Are you an alien from Mars? Who are you people? He's so he can't handle it. He doesn't even want to ever see them again, it feels like. It's like, whenever he sees his parent, and either of them, he's just like, that's it, I'm done.
He can't, yeah, it's like his kryptonite. He, like, cannot deal with it at all.
He's full of teenage angst.
It's so hard to watch. I'm like, Dawson, oh, like,
I feel very bad for him, but
it's like, yeah, I do too. But I feel like it's ultimately a good thing that they're getting along, you know? Like, it's better than if they were fighting and hating each other.
Definitely better than if they were fighting all the time. But I understand maybe he feels like this keeps happening and then they start fighting and then that's painful because he gets hopeful that they can be friends and then he gets hopeful that they can date and then they start fighting and...
Yeah.
I can definitely see how it could be super confusing.
Oh, yeah. But I feel like ultimately that's a D problem. Like...
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But I get it. Like...
It's a D problem, but he's 16.
The parents have to, you know, they have to care about that, how it's affecting him.
Yeah. Joey, so then the scene ends and Joey and Dawson are both pissed.
Oh, they are. I actually wrote down the same thing. Dee and Joey pissed.
Yeah. For different reasons, but they're pissed.
Oh, yeah. And it turns out, Mary,
man.
Mitch and Gail, the whole reason
Yeah.
they're there together is because Mitch asked Gail.
I know, what the hell?
Yeah.
Mitch is thirsty for it or something.
I know, they are so hot and cold. I mean, even I'm confused.
I know.
I'm like, where do they stand?
It feels like they could... Ooh, hello?
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 Mary, you still there?
I am. Hold on. I dropped my phone.
Oh, no.
No.
Listeners.
Reaching for my fan.
They're really wild
Listeners,
tonight.
this is amateur hour right now. It's so hot. I just needed my fan because I'm dying of heat.
Yeah, that's another good point. It is mid-October. It's been in the 80s. Listeners, we're all going to die of climate change.
Sweating my buns
These are scary times. Would you like your buns toasted, Mary?
Hennifer, get out.
Oh, I had to pull that quote out.
Had about enough from you, Jenry.
Oh, my word.
So Pacey doesn't know why Joey's being so ungrateful. And she basically explains, like, listen, this is our last chance of keeping a roof over our head. And Pacey's like, oh my god, I made a huge mistake. I didn't realize. Obviously, I'll cancel on Fricky right now. My contacts be damned. But who's buzzing at the door? It's Mr. Fricky. He already there. He heard the whole thing. Joey's immediately mean to him because that's what she does. Setting herself up for failure right out the gate. Then we jump to Gail. She's unpacking in the honeymoon suite. Dawson's all full of angst. He's calling them out on their cruelty, saying, I'm seeing two people who don't know what the hell they want, and I'm sick of it. And I'm like, Dawson, I'm sick of you being sick of it.
I know. It's been established.
I've seen the scene before. Many times.
Yeah, and
with very similar dialogue. And I'm done with it.
It's almost verbatim. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad when
What would you call Mitch and Gail? Gitch?
Oh, Gitch is not great.
Or male?
Male. Bad. They're both bad.
I like Gitch.
Gitch. It's weird.
It's funny.
Gitch. Yeah. It's better than male. Yeah. I just feel bad when Dawson, like, gangs up on one of them, like on Gail. It's like, oh.
Oh, don't. Yeah, when he gangs up on Gail, I'm like, you are a mommy's boy. You gotta stop.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
When he gets mad at Mitch, I'm like, bravo. Bravo. Let's hear it again. I mean, the blowout that he had with Mitch in that one episode was beautiful. I like the fights they have.
Mary's there for the Mitch fights.
I hate Mitch.
I know.
Even in this episode where you're supposed to like him, I don't.
I liked him more this ep, for sure, but yeah.
Well, good for you.
Well, like you said, you're supposed to. Mostly that later scene. I liked him.
Yeah. So Fricky needs heat. He's really cold. Joey's like, we're an energy friendly inn. And Fricky's like, all right, well, I need to drop a deuce. Where's the commode? And turns out that it's communal. Fricky, you can tell, he's used to the finer things, like a private potty. He's not happy with it. And this is where I wrote, Fricky was a little bit of a dickie.
Oh, Mary.
We can tell that he's not too happy with his accommodations, and he's got a high standard. And Cape Side just isn't cutting it.
I mean, he's from the New York Times.
And if there's one thing that Joey hates, it's feeling inferior or like she's not classy enough to impress the upper crust. And you can see that button getting pushed here.
Oh, that's a good point. That is a sticking point for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's definitely happening.
Yeah, man. So it seems like I believe next, Pacey is like frantically trying to either clean the bathroom or fix it. I don't know.
Oh, this is where the toilet overflows.
Oh, is that what he's mopping? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Freaky dropped that juice and it didn't go well.
Oh no.
Frickies.
Oh dear. Handyman Witter is like fast on the scene, cleaning it up. And in the meantime, Bessie and Joey are talking with Fricky on the couch, and
Bessie out of hand.
She is out of hand. She puts a hand right on old Fricky's leg. in a way that Joey like
Fricky's about to get a hickey.
Oh, very. That's funny. Joey is like not.
Joey's eyes about to pop out of her head. Yeah. She's really unhappy with it.
She's like, that's not cool. That's gross.
Well, they're acting weird. It's like they're acting really desperate for this review. Bessie's basically like, I'll do anything for a good review. We're a family establishment. And I'm like, ew, what are you implying? Yeah, it's just a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they're a little desperate.
Yeah.
And then
But then we've also got Andy still pressuring Jack, and he's like just about had enough of it. And then we've got Mitch spilling the beans on Gail, telling Dawson that she's being passed over for jobs left and right.
Oh, yeah, that was sad.
And it's like, makes me mad because Gail's the goddamn best news anchor in all of Cape Side. And if she can't get a job, none of us can. Am I right?
Mary, you're right. Again.
She's the best news anchor around, and she still has a table at Entre Nous. Come on.
I know. That made me upset.
Get her a free bottle of champagne, please.
Yeah. Yeah, she just...
What about her expose on Teen Girls, huh? Whatever happened to that?
I know. Philly's missing out. Everyone's missing out. They
don't have any... Put some respect on the name Gail.
Yeah, I feel...
What's Dawson's last name?
Mary.
Gail Leary. Put some respect
Thank you.
It doesn't roll off the tongue, Gail.
I like the name Gail, but
no, Gail Leary.
Oh, Gail Leary. Yeah.
So anyway, Mitch is like going on, and Dawson's like, I'm so angry because I don't know what you are anymore. And Mitch is like trying to be the good dad, and it's making me sick. So Christine, you should probably talk about it.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know if I even wrote much down about this because I felt like we already been through it so many times, so it kind of bored me. So it's like, all right, I think we're okay.
He says like a nice quote that's something that reminds me of like something that Gail would say. He says, there's no time limit constraint on how long you can care about someone.
Oh, right, when they're like outside.
He's like, he's like defending his feelings for Gail.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's good because like it's true. Like they were married for a long time and it just kind of ended by surprise. Not really because they were fighting for years. Like they had a great relationship up until they split. They just can't really move past that hurt and mistrust now. Right. But if they can like become friends, like that's awesome. You know, that's the best possible outcome. And it's nice to see that Mitch finally is like coming around to at least being like friendly.
Right.
And then let's see. I think
so.
We're
Then
back
we have
at Grams's, right?
No. So as soon as the toilet's fixed, the furnace fucks up. And then Handyman Pacey walks up, and Fricky's like, I'm going into town for dinner. I don't want to be here anymore. He leaves. Joey immediately snaps at Bessie for flirting with him and for basically putting them in this situation. And we find out Bessie's only 26, which was extremely shocking to me. And then she says something kind of odd. She says that she asks Bodie to come home, but they can't afford it. What?
Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, I guess he's like 100% gone because they hadn't really addressed it up until now.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's like just disappeared.
Yeah. So that was sad. I mean, this whole...
What does it mean?
This whole episode, I feel like you're kind of seeing characters, like, being in a position where they need to kind of beg for something, and they don't, and, you know, driving them to that point where they finally do. And it's, it's just kind of, like, desperate and kind of like, oh, I don't know. It pulled my heartstrings.
But what does it mean? Is Bodhi out working and sending them checks, or what?
Yeah, practically, I don't know. That wasn't really explained.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just a weird sentence. I was like, huh?
Yeah, but it's sad. Like, he's gone.
Yeah, and then really, I mean, things just hit the fan. Joey's like, thank God I'm going to be leaving for college soon and I won't have to deal with this anymore. And Bessie's like, well, for a girl who's so eager to leave Cape Side, you're sure putting in a hell of a lot of effort into this stupid old inn that you're going to be leaving soon. And it just feels like these sisters are being torn apart by this. And I don't like to see it.
I know. I think it shows, like, how stressful this is on them.
Sisters shouldn't be fighting like that.
No, I know, Mary. It's
bad news.
I agree. But then I think we get a really nice pep talk from Mitch for Pacey.
Yeah, out of the woodpile.
Yeah, Pacey is really doing all of the handyman work. He's chopping wood because the heat's busted, and they're going to freeze to death if they don't have some kind of heat.
Pacey loves to be of service.
He's just being his heroic self. So he's out.
That's probably his love language, is acts of service.
Yeah. So he's out chopping the wood and feeling kind of down on himself because he feels like he's just messing everything up. He says, like the Midas touch, I basically have the opposite of that. So
sweetheart. Yeah.
And Mitch is kind of like, oh, I doubt that, Pacey. He's like,
freaking Mitch eating that apple.
I was enjoying Mitch's facial expressions and like body language.
No, Mitch, get out.
He just looked like funny. Like he got some swagger.
Funny is annoying.
Some swag. But he was basically
unearned swag.
Telling Pacey, like, you've got like such good intentions and such good heart, and you're really not giving up despite all of like these, apparent failures. And that's what really counts. Like if I were Bessie and Joey, I would be like so thankful that you're on my side. And I was like, oh, and Pacey really needs to hear that because God knows he doesn't hear it from his dad.
No, he doesn't have a dad who's nice.
No, his dad's a dick.
So Mitch is like, focus on your contributions rather than your shortcomings. And yeah, Pacey's dad is like the opposite. Like, focus on your shortcomings always.
Right. So that was...
And then
Mitch got a lot of points there, yeah.
Ugh, I guess. Then Mitch asks kind of a curious question. He says, what makes you care so much? We don't get Pacey's answer.
Yeah, but we're thinking...
Ooh, can you hazard a guess?
Some more foreshadowing of that little Poey.
That little what?
Poey, or JC. Pacey and Joey.
Poey. Poey. What would the other one be?
JC?
JC? Oh, God.
Yeah.
I was thinking Dawson and Joey would be Doughy.
Oh, Doughy.
Or Dawson.
Dawson is cool. I like Dawson. Dawson.
Hennifer.
Good old Jenry.
So, God. So Dawson apologizes to Gail, which is good because she does not deserve all of the grief that she's constantly getting.
No.
And Gail's just like, listen, I understand you're frustrated, but the decision to break up is cumulative. You have to redecide over and over again each day. Do you think that's true?
Redecide to break up?
Every day.
Every day?
Maybe if you have a kid together.
Yeah, I could kind of see it. Like, if you have to keep seeing the person all the time. I mean,
yeah.
The way I have kept in touch with hardly any of my exes. Like, I'm not friends with my exes. Like,
I don't need any friends.
They're out of my life. I know. So it feels weird to me.
I need new friends. I have friends. Thank you.
No new friends.
No new friends, yeah.
So I don't know. If I had to be like around the person all the time, I could maybe see myself being attracted to them again.
Yeah, like if you work together, I guess.
Yeah. But I don't like the feeling of like revisiting things that I know didn't work.
Christine's saying Club No Second Chances.
Dude, I know. Yeah. It is true. So don't cross me.
That's funny. So then we are at Grams' house, which is what you were excited to talk about. Jack and Andy are looking for a space heater at Grams's.
Yeah, I don't know. In my notes, I thought this came much earlier. But yes, they're looking for a space heater, and then Andy sees something on the fridge, a note about getting Jack milk. And she's like, what's Jack milk? He's like, oh, that's like my whole milk, because I drink whole milk, Jen drinks 1%, Grams drinks skim, we all have our own milks. And Andy's like, oh,
ridiculous.
Wow, that is, like, I'm sure all that milk's going bad. It's like...
I mean, I understand, like, needing whole and another type. Skim and 1% are extremely
They're basically the same, I know. They taste probably identical.
And it's interchangeable.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
But maybe they want to drink it from the bottle. Everyone gets their own milk. It's cool.
Yeah, they have
It's very generous of Grams. She's very accommodating.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what Jack says.
Grams has really redeemed herself.
Yeah, Grams is good.
Although she goes off on a tangent later, so
I thought it was sweet, but anyway,
it's sweet, but it's funny.
Yeah,
so everyone gets their own milk, and Jack even has a mug with an inside joke on it, if you can believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about spoiled rotten.
Oh, but they're like a little family, and that's what Andy sees, and she's like...
Andy's mad jealous.
Yeah, she's like, oh, it looks like you have like a whole family set up here. And it becomes apparent that she is really just the one that's missing Jack and wants him to come home. It's not the dad.
She says that their dad doesn't know the kind of milk she drinks or the play she's directing. That was kind of heartbreaking.
I know. Andy needs someone there, you know?
She does. She lives for impressing people.
She really does.
And to have for anyone to have no one to share your accomplishments with, or even the mundane aspects of your life, it's depressing.
Yeah, like what kind of milk you like. It's sad.
Yeah.
I have to sigh after that.
But then we get this real nice scene between Jen and Dawson, and I like seeing them together. I enjoy their friendship. Because they're an odd couple.
Yeah, I was shocked that there was a full moon and no one mentioned it.
Oh my god, why weren't people acting more crazy? I mean, I know Bessie was going a little wild, but why wasn't Jack just kissing people left and right and who knows what?
Right.
Blame it on the moon, baby. Blame it on the moon.
I guess he needed a poem or something to get him in the mood.
Like, he needed to look at some Jarvis first.
Jarvis. So
all bets are
so
off.
romantic.
He'd be calling up Ethan like, I got another confession to make.
Oh my god. Yeah, and there was like some kind of toxic waste in front of it, making it look all
Dawson's all cynical. Like, he's more cynical than Joey in this episode.
Yeah.
I wrote D is jaded. He's looking at that beautiful polluted moon.
Yeah.
And then Jen decides to get real vulnerable in this moment. She's like, what exactly about my past scared you? And Dawson's like, I feel like we've had this conversation before, but he's like, the unknown. Knowing that you've had more life experience than me was intimidating. And she wants to know if he thinks that every other boy in the world would react the same way.
She just wants to know if Henry would react the same way.
Yeah, but she's not going to play like that.
Yeah.
And Dawson's like, well, I don't know. But then he does this kind of nice thing, and he's like, but I can say for certainty that my reaction was wrong.
Yeah, that was...
And then he says, the only thing more beautiful than Jen Lindley is the reality behind her magic.
Wow. I don't think you could get a better compliment than that.
I know, and she loves it. She's like, I knew I was cool. Oh, and then I wrote D stands Jen.
Aww.
It's true.
Yeah, that was really sweet. That was nice.
It was extremely
Jen
sweet.
deserves that. She doesn't get enough of that, really.
She doesn't. I mean, she gets it from Henry, but she doesn't even want it.
Yeah, and Henry doesn't...
Girl, don't settle for Henry.
Doesn't do it in a great way, either.
No.
Yeah.
Guilting her and acting all entitled.
Mm-hmm. Well, then, Mary, we were with this great scene with Grams.
Yep.
And her very romantic speech. They're all hanging out by the fire. But before
before that happens.
Yeah. Before she goes into it, this one I found very nice because like they're three men standing in front of the fire trying to start a fire, and Grams is like, "Step aside, boys."
Yeah, she rolls in like a boss.
Yeah, she's like, "You're doing it all wrong. You have to have this kind of wood at the bottom, this other wood at the top.
Hickory on top. Get it right, suckers."
Yeah, like that wood's too hard. It won't catch. So she starts a fire in like 2 seconds. And, yeah, she's like, yeah, I started a fire every night. And Gramps
didn't start the fire.
And Gramps and her would sit in the living room. And he would read to her every night by the firelight. Sometimes they'd read Moby Dick. Sometimes they'd read Huckleberry Finn. And then inevitably he would fall asleep. And she would sit and watch him sleep. And that's how she knew it was love. Because she could just sit in the room and watch him sleep.
Very heartwarming.
Oh, yeah.
Then she goes on to say, love is the hardest of woods. And all I have to say to that is, laugh my ass off.
Oh, it takes the longest to heat up was the rest.
Love is the hardest of woods. Come on. Come on now. That's bad. That would be rejected from a Hallmark card.
I liked the it takes the longest to heat up part.
Of course you did.
I did. I was like, Grams.
Oh my god, and then Dawson pops off with the olfactory knowledge, talking about how scents can bring you back to a certain time and place and induce nostalgia. And Gail starts getting turned on thinking about vanilla because of Mitch's old job at some cod factory where he'd weirdly dip his hand in vanilla.
That must be so expensive because vanilla is not cheap. So just like douse your hands in vanilla every day.
You know Mitch doesn't give an F. So then Dawson starts thinking of the smell of a film canister, smell of possibility. Jen's thinking about mothballs because when she was in some fancy New York school, she'd spend hours hiding in the costume shop as a kid. Jack is into grapefruit juice, or grape juice from camp. Pacey loves the smell of snow. It's his first memory. Andy loves that new car scent. Reminds her of her family vacation rentals. Ooh, and her family's torn apart now. Joey, she's a bacon lover. Their mom used to fantasize about opening a B&B. New information. She used to burn up some crispy bacon every morning. Every Sunday. And Joey and Bessie and the mom would sit around the table crunching on that bacon and talking about the one day B&B that would come to be.
And now it's today. It's open.
And then Joey says, thank you to all of my fake guests, but you can go home for the night. And then who's behind her? But Mr. Fricky. He's overheard it all. She apologizes to him for his assuredly horrendous experience. And then she puts herself to sleep.
Yeah. But they wake up and it's like a magical scene.
But they wake up. The sad moment. We can't sit on it. It just gets... And we're back.
Aw. Well, it was like such a switch when they wake up in the morning. Because...
I know, I liked it.
Yes, this was like my favorite... This was the best part of the episode. They're all dancing in the kitchen, as they're supposed to be doing.
No.
I
wrote that they were dancing stupidly.
Yeah, well, you have to dance stupidly in the kitchen. And they're cooking dancing. Yeah. And they're listening to Ain't Too Proud to Beg, which is very appropriate because every character had to do... Man, not everyone, but a lot of them had to do a little bit of begging to get what they wanted this episode. And just making like a shitload of great breakfast food.
I know, it was making me hungry.
I know, and Joey's like, what's going on?
Where's my croissant?
What's that?
I was like, where's my croissant?
Yeah, she's like, I want bacon.
Dawson was like Butterfingers dropping them all over the counter.
Oh, Dee. I'd expect nothing less.
Dee, don't try to do spin moves with the pancake, because you can't.
Oh, I know. But I mean, they're all grooving, they're all cooking.
They're high on life.
It looks
getting down.
so fun. I was like, I want to do that right now.
Aww.
Didn't it look great?
Yeah.
Joey's like, what the heck? She's like stumbling out of bed, all tired. It's like, what's happening? And she comes down, she sees him. No one really notices her at first.
She's like, it's Christmas morning and all my friends are still here.
Oh, it did kind of have that vibe.
It did. It reminded me of like Home Alone on Christmas morning when Macaulay Culkin comes to the hotel and watches his family opening presents and they don't see him yet and he's just like taking it all in.
Oh, that's so heartwarming.
I freaking love that movie.
It's a classic. Yeah. Oh my god.
I also love that like Kieran Culkin is like the big Macaulay or the big Culkin star right now, and he has like one line in that movie, and it's about wetting the bed.
Oh, really? That's him?
Yeah, he's the brother that wets the bed.
Oh, I didn't know he's famous
so
now. That's funny.
Yeah, he's very famous now.
Oh, hey, cool.
Oh, hey.
Well, yeah, then they eventually notice Joey. They give her some food. They all sit down at the table together. Fricky's there too.
Oh, Fricky. Get your crazy ass over here. He sits at the head of the table. Who does he think he is?
He's from the New York Times
writer or something.
He's like,
go back to Manhattan, Fricky.
He's like, I get the head. And, they're all talking, and Joey's like, oh, I forget exactly what she says, but she says something to Fricky. Like, thanks for being here. I'm sorry if it was not what you're used to. I know we don't have, like, the fancy linens and the gourmet
she
food.
makes a dig about how she's like real America.
Yeah, she's like, we're just starting out. We don't have the fancy
We're just a down country girl.
Yeah, they're not swanky. And then he says, he didn't work last night, but this is the warmest place I've ever stayed. Oh.
He says one of the warmest places, but yeah.
Okay.
But then he says the pancakes are some of the best in the county. And then they're all like, compliments to the chef. And thank God, 2 seasons later, and Bodie's back, baby. They only gave him like one line, maybe. But he's back. Oh my God, finally. Family's back together again.
Yes.
Beautiful sight. He's doing good for the B&B.
I have to say, I like how they did that, like, because Bessie, earlier in the episode, it was mentioned that her pancakes were just awful. And then...
Oh, was it?
Yeah, they're like, well, Bessie's pancakes are really bad. And then when they have the pancakes, they're like, these are so good. Who could have done it? Of course, Bodie, the master chef.
Yeah. Thank you,
Maybe
Bodie.
he went and finished culinary school and came back.
Maybe. Who knows?
I'm so glad he's back. Yeah.
I hope he's in the next episode.
Yeah, I hope he's here to stay too.
Because if they don't bring him back till season 5, I'm going to be really angry.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. Next episode, we'll be like, who's Bodie?
Who's Bodie? I'm dating Fricky now. So, Bessie apparently went up to the attic and she found something in an old box. And it's a guest book. And it's one that their dad had given to their mom 10 years prior when the idea of a B&B was just a little dream. And it's so cute because Bessie and Joey had both signed it as the first guests. And it's just a really nice moment. And Bessie confesses that she had actually forgotten that this was their mom's dream.
Well, that makes sense why it never came up before.
I know, but I'm sort of like, but what was the conversation? Like, how was Bessie convinced to start a B&B if there wasn't the conversation of, like, this was mom's dream, you know?
Oh, it was all Pacey.
It was all Pacey and Joey. And at that point, Bessie was more than happy to take advice from 16-year-olds. But now, forget it. So, yeah, it's kind of like a plot hole, but whatever. So, then we see Mitch helping Gail put on a necklace. Very romantic coupley type thing. And they start talking about vanilla again. And Mitch is like, it reminded me of the dream of our restaurant, our Fish Bistro dream restaurant. And then he's like, but, for all my dreaming of opening a restaurant, I realized that it actually wasn't my dream. It was our dream. It was your dream, Gail. And Gail's like, I don't know if it was my dream. I wanted to be Diane Sawyer. And Mitch is like, no, Gail, open a fish restaurant.
Is that what was on that paper?
Like, Mitch, get the F out. What did you say?
Is that what was on that paper?
What paper?
The paper he gave her.
Oh, no, yeah, he gave her a location for probably Tamara's old loft of a restaurant that he wanted a location for a fish bistro.
Oh my god. I couldn't hear at that point again. And I was like, what's going on?
You gotta turn up the volume or put in your headphones.
Yeah, well, I had the rain. I was like, it's loud.
It's pounding. Apparently it was sleeting or something.
It's raining a lot in D.C.
So, Mitch has got a wood harder than hickory for the fish bistro.
Ooh. And for Gail's shared dream.
And for Gail being the fishmonger, if you know what I'm saying.
Ow.
So Jenry, if you will, are at the docks. And Hennifer just told Henry all about her sexy past. And Henry's reaction is kind of none. He doesn't react. He doesn't care. And he says, whatever you did before just makes you who you are now. Doesn't matter to him. And Jen is eating this up. What did you think?
I thought that was great. I like that.
Did you buy it?
I don't know. I don't know. Henry's got, he's hard to read. So I'm going to take him at his word. I feel like I do buy it, because if he really were not okay with it, I don't know if he'd be able to hide it. Because some guys get so, territorial, and it's very apparent if they're that kind of a guy.
That's true, that's true.
So I don't know if Henry would be able to play it cool if he really wasn't cool with it.
Yeah. He just kind of strikes me as the kind of guy who's going to, pretend to be cool with it and then whip it out as a weapon, in the middle of a fight.
Well, he could do that. But also at the same time,
I'm jaded.
He's super...
I'm jaded like D in this episode.
I know Henry already thinks Jen is way more experienced than he is. Right. So it might not be that shocking for him to be like, yeah, that's what I figured, Maybe
he's probably just,
It's that's kind of what I thought, yeah. So that could play into it, but...
Right. Yeah, it could. So then we've got Dawson and Pacey, and they're... I miss their friendship. I feel like we never get to see them being friends anymore. It's always them fighting or disagreeing or judging each other, and I just miss them being friends.
Yeah, there's a lot more drama now with, other characters and stuff.
Yeah. So we see them here talking about the mysteries of life and their blank futures. And Dawson gets pretty serious for a moment, and he thanks Pacey for taking care of Joey. And Pacey's like, well, whenever you want her back, just take her. I don't enjoy it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, trouble, trouble, trouble.
Thou doth protest too much, I believe, Pacey.
Yeah, but to be honest, it's like Dawson and Pacey, they don't even strike me as, actually, forget best friends, they don't even strike me as good friends anymore.
Yeah, they don't, just chill. We don't get a lot
they
of
don't hang.
Of them, chilling.
They don't talk to each other without being judgmental.
Yeah. Changes.
Changes.
But Jack is going to do something that's nice for Andy. He's telling Jen and Grams, he's like, hey, I gotta tell you guys something. Thank you for everything. Thank you for getting me Jack milk all these weeks or months, however long it's been.
We don't know, because there's no sense of time in the show.
I don't know. Thank you for the mug.
Thank you for being my Grams. Dun, 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 dun.
But basically he's like, I gotta go back home. I gotta move back home, not for my dad, but for Andy.
From a sis.
And he's like, I don't want you guys to think I'm not grateful or whatever. And of course they don't. They're just like, oh, Jack, go home. And they give him a big, big, big hug. So they're...
Oh, it's lovely. They have this beautiful group hug.
Yeah.
It really tore at my heartstrings. Jen's reaction... heartbreaking. She's crying for herself. She's crying for him. She says, "Go home, Jack. Go home."
Yeah, I was surprised that she cried.
But it makes sense to me because she has no siblings.
I was like impressed, I guess.
And
Michelle Williams is just like,
she is a great actress.
Yeah, I was just like, wow.
It was a beautiful moment. Yeah. She really grounds the show in like truth.
She's the best.
You know what I mean? Like without Michelle Williams, the show would be like really not hokey, but like it wouldn't be as emotionally truthful. It's so emotionally truthful because of her reactions to things.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah,
that's all
she is really good. I mean, she's like an interesting character.
I mean, everyone else is great too. Like all the actors are good, but they're young, and I don't know. Michelle Williams she has this depth of emotion that she can access even at this young age, and it's extremely impressive.
Yeah, and I think her character is like one of the more complicated ones because like Joey's
and more vulnerable.
Yeah, like Joey is kind of
Dawson.
Like, well, but Joey's kind of like, like she has her attitude. She's strong, like headstrong, driven, but got a little bit of a tude. Yeah, Pacey's kind of like the hero, also kind of a clown. Dawson's moody and a little self-centered. But Jen is like, she's free spirit, independent, but also very sexual and very okay with that and very confident, but also gets hurt. Like all the stuff, she's got like a lot going on.
All the characters have walls up, but when Jen lets her wall down, she, as the actress, really lets it come down. And the other characters, when their walls come down, they only come down kind of halfway. But with Jen, it's like she falls apart in it,
Yeah, it's not like she just gets mad.
Yeah, she lets herself be vulnerable.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So then we go inside, and Pacey announces that he has already spoken to the furnace guy, and he's going to come in tomorrow and make sure everything's fixed up for the potential guests. And he finds Joey asleep on the couch, and he starts watching her sleep exactly like Grams had proclaimed was the meaning of true love.
Yep. So. That's coming.
That's down the pike. And then we have a montage of sorts, and we see Bodie and the baby and Bessie all together, having a picnic in the dark, randomly. Jen and Henry on the docks. Gail scoping out restaurants. Oh boy, here we go. Jack moving on out. Dawson staring at the blank walls.
Aww.
And Pacey staring at Joey. Sleeping. I'm glad Joey's getting some rest.
Oh, yeah, she does. She needs it.
It's deserved.
That's a good point.
Oh, man, what an episode. Wow, we're already over an hour. Listeners, do we digress too much? It's okay if we do. Tell us.
Yeah, tell us. I am a little sleepy now, I will admit.
I know. We just go and go. We get so taken with these fictional lives. So, Christine, let me know. Did you got any news about a certain dare to prevent drugs and well, I don't even remember what it is.
Alcohol?
Drugs and alcohol. Did you do your dare?
I did not do it this week.
Yeah, I knew it just by your tone of voice that you didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, nice try to fake me out.
I know, I had some tricky ones. Tricky, Mr. Freaky, and I just didn't do it.
I know. Me neither, Mare. Well, kind of par for the course for us.
Another week come and gone without a dare. Okay, so do you have anything for me?
I do have some for you. Let me see. I'm going to give you this one. This is one that Andy said when she was trying to make those playbills.
Okay.
It's a bold style choice.
Oh, it's a bold style choice.
I feel like that might not be too hard to say.
No.
So that'll hopefully be an easy one. This is one, I think Joey said this to Pacey when he was all like excited about the New York Times, getting the New York Times writer to come. What canary did you swallow?
Ooh.
That would be a fun one, I think.
Yeah.
And let's see, I'm sure I have a third one. I'll look through my notes here. Well, I don't want to give you the love is the hardest of woods.
You don't? I was probably going to give it to you.
Oh, were you really? I was thinking you could try to have a conversation with someone about what their favorite smell is.
Oh, okay.
That might be kind of cool.
Yeah. What's your favorite smell?
Yeah, like, and then talk about like some nostalgia thing with your smell.
Okay. Okay, so this is what I'm giving you. Ready?
I am ready.
You've done the bed thing. Now get some breakfast.
Oh.
Kind of a flirty.
That is flirty. Maybe if I have a little sleepover.
You don't seem to want the love is the hardest of woods. So I won't give it to you. Nobody dances in the kitchen.
Oh my god, but everybody dances in the kitchen.
I know, but I'm making you do the opposite of what you feel because it's a dare.
That's a good dare then. I don't know if I'll be able to say it.
No, come on now. Okay, so then I'm going to give you what makes you care so much.
That seems applicable.
Yeah, you could squeeze that in.
All right, listeners, we'll see if we do them this week, because last week...
Wish us luck, you know.
I know, we need it. Last week was...
We're all over the place with our dares.
Yeah. Some weeks we do them, but most of the weeks I don't think we do.
I know.
We try.
We try. All right, listeners. Well, thank you so much for listening. If you have thoughts or feelings and you want to share them with us about the episode, please tweet at us. We're at When Dawson Cries, at WAH Dawson Cries on Twitter. You can tweet us whenever you want, whenever you listen. Don't feel like you have to tweet at us the day that it drops. We'll see it even if it's weeks old. So, reach out if you have something to say. And if you like what you hear, leave us a review on iTunes. Much appreciated. But just enjoy the podcast. That's why we make it. We hope you enjoy listening, and we enjoy making it. So thank you for giving us a nice added reason to do it other than escaping the drama of the world.
Yes, thank you so much, listeners. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will be back next week with another Dawson Cries for your listening pleasure.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good week. Bye.